Okay, so one thing I didn't think of, using my phone less means that I have already forgotten it when I actually needed it. So I just went out to try to go to storage and print out some documents. And then when I got to storage, I realized I didn't have my phone and I left it at home. But I went to the bank, and then there is a little record store on that road. So I picked up these. Okay, let's go through them. I also bought two last night on eBay, so I'll do like a full, this is gonna be like a vlog style video, just kind of with updates on how this whole process is going. But okay, so I got Pearl Jam, self-titled. I was gonna only spend I was trying to keep it under $5, like $3 was gonna try to be my max, but this was unopened and it has my favorite Pearl Jam song, which is Daughter. And I haven't really heard a lot of these. I know Blood, Daughter. Yeah, I have a lot of these songs that I've never heard of, so I'm excited for that. Already opened it and listened to Daughter on the drive home. Okay, then I got, this was $2. This is Songs from a Motion Picture. It's not the Doors biopic, but it is songs from the Doors. So I'm not sure exactly what movie this is from because there's a sticker covering it. Oh, it's a film about the Doors. Okay. I don't know a lot of Doors, and it was $2, so I thought, let's try it out. It's one of those bands that I've always been like, I should just see what it sounds like at least, you know? I mean, I know what it sounds like, but you know what I mean. Okay, then I got the Spin Doctors, Pocket Full of Kryptonite, I think is the name of the album. I only know their really famous song, Two Princes, but I love that song, and I did also listen to it in the car. So I'm really happy with my purchases. I think it all came to like $12, which is pretty good. So now I'm not gonna worry about those things I had to do. I can just do them later. But I do have to get on with my day because I have a lot of writing to get done. I did not write at all in Florida, really, which that was one thing I kind of was like, I'm gonna have so much time to write, and then I just didn't write. But it's fine. I was on vacation, so I'm gonna do that today. You're good, you're good. Okay, I'm getting ready to film an ASMR video, but I just wanted to come on here really quickly and say that I'm still reading The Secret History. I have about 115 pages to go. I have exactly 115 pages. Once it got to the part where they finally, spoiler alert, killed the bunny character, I just feel like it's kind of been dragging a little bit, and I don't know, I'm ready for it to be over. I definitely want to finish it, and I want to finish it before the month ends because I have not read a single book this month except for this, and I'm still not done. And, you know, I'm not gonna like beat myself up if I don't finish it before the year ends, but I'd like to get this book done with, because in my like reading app thing, it says that I've been reading this for over a year. I think it said that I've been reading it for close to 500 days. So I just want to get it over with. It's kind of funny. I know that like what's the other book? The Goldfinch. I know that that was like a really big book. I don't mean big in size. It was a very big book, but I mean, it was very critically acclaimed when it came out. But looking back on it now, I think it's the one that's like the least popular among certain groups of readers. I know this is like the darling, and then I know The Little Friend is like the underrated little secret gem. But I liked The Goldfinch way more than I'm liking this. Or I don't know, I just found the Goldfinch so much more readable. I think I finished that book in 10 days, and it was like 1,200 pages in my copy. I don't know, because I had the large print copy from the library, and it was like a Bible. I had to read it sitting down like on a table because it was so huge. But I finished that in like a week and a half, and this has taken me almost 2 years. So that has to say something, right? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I am planning on finishing this. I read a really good chunk on the plane. I think I read like 70 pages. I could have read more. I don't even know what I was doing on the plane because I didn't put my headphones on once. I wasn't listening to anything. I was reading a little bit of my magazine, but not even. Like, I read most of that before we even got on the plane. So I don't know. I think I'm just a slow reader, you guys. I think it takes me... I think a lot of people can read a page in a minute. I think I read a page in like a minute and a half to 2 minutes. So that really slows things down, which there's no shame in that. You know, some people are like really good at just skimming and processing quickly. I am not. Okay, I have to take my sweet little time. But anyways, okay, I need to film. Was there anything else I was gonna say? I think that's it for right now. Okay, so it's been about 4.5 hours, and I've been cooking this on low. Sorry, my hands are a little shaky. So I'm just making, I was gonna make like a cabbage soup. I guess this kind of is a cabbage soup. Like, it's definitely wet enough to be considered soup. But I also put chicken in there, and I'm a little sketched out by it because it's like, I know that it's cooking, but I just like, I think about the fact that there was raw meat in there, and I'm like, I know that all the rawness is being cooked, but it still sketches me out. I don't know. But yeah, this is our first time using this, and I'm really excited. I think in about an hour or so, I'm gonna check on the chicken and like some of the vegetables and stuff. I didn't put a ton in there. I put 1 tomato. I put almost an entire head of cabbage, and then I put a thing of celery, and then some tomato paste. So we'll see. I'm gonna check on that soon. Okay, so I was testing out the food, and I realized that I completely forgot the carrots. So now I'm boiling in a separate pot. I'm gonna cook some carrots, and then I'm gonna add them in because I still have about an hour. The chicken's pretty much done. It's done, like it's cooked through. But the potatoes, I would say, are the ones that still need some time. Maybe the celery too. But the carrots will be perfect because we're gonna boil them. But yeah, that is the first meal on my crock pot. Let me put you guys down somewhere. Oh. I don't know, is that gonna work? Let's hope that stays. It's very precarious. But one thing I kind of just was reflecting on is that the biggest thing I've noticed today is I've had this ability, and this is like 2 days, you guys. This is not like something that I've been doing for like a week. I really intentionally am trying to be off my phone. Like, this started yesterday, but really today. But one thing I've noticed is that I'm able to handle I'm able to handle silence and discomfort and boredom a lot more. Before okay, so like when I used to set up videos for my other channel, I would need to be watching a YouTube channel or a YouTube video as I set up for my video. And it was to the point where I could not have 1 second of silence, or else I would just feel so uncomfortable. And in this like process of quitting, or not quitting, but kind of lowering my dependency on my phone and this stimulation, this constant need for stimulation, and like just kind of training myself out of the dependency that I have to this kind of technology. I completely lost what I was saying. I guess I'm just really, one of the biggest things I want to be is comfortable in silence. And like, I actually, when I realized that I'd left my phone at home this morning, I felt this like deep peace and this feeling like freedom, or I don't know. And it's the same thing I've felt in the past when I've broken my phone. In the past, when I would break my phone, if I didn't have money to buy a new phone, I would just go weeks without a phone. And at first it was so deeply uncomfortable, but then I would feel this like amazing freedom and lightness that I had not felt. And then I would get the phone, and then I would just go right back to how I was living before. But I kind of had that feeling again. So not only do I want to be like mindful of my phone addiction and stuff like that, and I am working towards that, and I am going to delete my my TikTok account, which I think has been a huge contributor. It's not the only thing, but it is a huge contributor to my screen time. I just want to, be more comfortable with silence and just being present and not needing someone talking in my ear to make me feel like I'm not alone or something. So yeah, I went on a walk today. I got a book from the Skylight Books. I'll show you guys later. But I did it completely without any headphones or anything like that. I actually brought my headphones, but once I started on the walk, I realized I didn't need them. And so it was really nice. And I had one more thing I was going to say. Oh, I was waiting to delete my TikTok until I finished this essay I was working on, because I had a few TikToks that I was going to use as kind of like a reference. But I finished the essay today. It's not perfect, but I know myself, and if I was striving for perfection, which doesn't exist, but if I really wanted it to be as good as I could make it, it would never get done. So this is not something that's being graded. This is just me putting my thoughts out there. And so I'm really happy that I got that done, and kind of gives me more inspiration to keep going, because I have about 4 essays that I'm working on right now. So just the fact that I was able to like fully get that done, not be a perfectionist about it, and post it to my Substack just feels really good. I just feel really good today. Also, did I tell you we got cable in the bedroom? It's like the best day ever. But yeah, I have my Substack linked in my bio here, so if you'd like to check that out, everything is free on there. It's not like a subscription thing, or I mean, it's free, whatever. But yeah, this is not like anything life-changing. This is just me kind of having fun and writing some things that I've thought about, or observations, or stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways. everybody. It's probably 9 something, a very gloomy day here, and I decided to go out and run errands because I figured if I didn't leave the house, I would probably just lay in bed, and that's the honest truth. So I forced myself out of the house. I did wake up at 8 on the dot. I got out of bed at 8 a.m. But then I was sitting, I was reading, writing and stuff, kind of reflecting because today's New Year's Eve. So definitely a lot to journal about. But I really wanted to, I was getting that like fatiguey feeling of like, oh, it's a rainy day, I should just go back to bed. So I left. But on the topic of reflection, I've been like very hesitant to reflect on this past year, and I almost feel like I had some sort of like traumatic time in January. And I know saying that sounds so ridiculous. No, it doesn't. It's just what it is. It was a really scary time in LA. And this whole year has been a really scary time for Los Angeles. But specifically in January, for me, being like leaving my house and having to like hope that when I come back everything would still be there, and just, I don't know, it was really scary. And so yeah, like reflecting back on the year just brings me back to that, and I don't want to think about that because I'm just like, it brings up a feeling of dread that I don't want to parse through right now. So I'm kind of trying to just focus on like the good parts of the year. And you know, I did a lot of journaling when the fires were happening in January. So I feel like I don't really need to fully go back there right now mentally, but I did do some like reflecting on really positive experiences I had or accomplishments I've had, and I did have a lot this year. So I have a lot to be grateful for. Sorry, I just had to make that light. So yeah, I'm getting out of the house. The weather is not very good, but that's okay. Okay, this is not like really a vlog. I wanted to do a video of kind of like, I've seen a lot of videos recently that are like how I'm going analog, or you know, all this stuff. I watched a really good one yesterday. I'll link it below if I remember to, but I really love these videos, and it has been something that I've been thinking about for a while. I think when I first started thinking about like the analog trend or whatever was when people started getting those dumb phones, like the old flip phones and stuff. I really wanted one for a while, but it was just kind of a hassle, and you kind of don't know what you're getting. There are ways to get them now. Like, I feel like more has been done in this field of like, almost like, oh, is this gate just open? More has been done of like modernizing these old phones so that they function in 2025. But you know, I have a perfectly good phone. I don't need to get a dumb phone. I just need to learn how to live with my phone appropriately, which is what I'm doing right now. So all that to say, I'm gonna leave you guys here, but this is something that I still do want to talk through, because like, again, what I wanted to do in that video was to like show ways or kind of go through my process of getting off of my phone. Yesterday, okay, so here we'll do, I'll say how it went yesterday. I was definitely on my phone more yesterday, especially in the morning, because I woke up, the weather was really bad again, and I just kind of didn't have the energy to do anything. And so I got on my phone, and I didn't have TikTok because I deleted TikTok. I deleted the Notes app. I don't know if I told you guys that, but that has been the biggest change for me. Deleting the Notes app has been the biggest, most beneficial change, which is crazy because it's like, what's the harm in a Notes app? The harm is that no matter what kind of systems I came up with for writing and documenting and like archiving my thoughts, I would always go first to the Notes app. And then I'd be like, well, I can move that stuff to other places later. But it was just such a drain on me, like, not to be dramatic, but I would come home. The other day when I came home from Florida, I spent like 2 hours just taking things from my Notes app and like obsessively worrying about where to put them. And it's just like, I can get rid of that entirely by just getting rid of the Notes app. If I have something I want to write, I write it down and, oh, wait, where is it? I write it down in this, or I write it down on a Post-it, or I write it down on an index card, or I write it down in my journal, or I write it down in my notebook that I do video stuff and book stuff, all that. So just like cutting out that thing that felt so intuitive to me for so long, because I used to like almost exclusively write in the Notes app and stuff. I just feel like really good about that. I really do. Okay, but it's starting to rain, so I'm gonna go in now. I'm at storage, but I'll see you guys later.